This bill is too important not to be made into a law.
Lawmakers in Olympia hearing from the widow of a Pasco bus driver killed on his route more than 2 years ago. The change we could see in response to his death coming up. Plus, the IRS will start accepting tax returns on Monday, but in Washington, there's now an effort underway to repeal a controversial tax law. When you could be asked to weigh in, coming up.
And I'm tracking our next atmospheric river pointed right at the Pacific Northwest. I'll give you all the details in my latest First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Today, state lawmakers heard testimony on a proposal intended to protect school bus drivers and the students that they are transporting. House Bill 2133 would make it a felony for someone not connected with the district to disrupt the normal operation of a public school bus. Now, this is called the Richard Lenhart Act. It's named in honor of a Pasco school bus driver who was fatally stabbed while on his elementary school route in 2021. Lenhart's widow is one of the people who spoke to lawmakers today about this bill.
January 24th marked exactly 2 years and 4 months when a person jumped on my husband's bus with intent of harming the children. My husband said no, and with that, this person viciously and repeatedly stabbed my husband to death in front of the 35 frightened elementary children that were on that bus. This event turned our world upside down. And there isn't a day that goes by that my heart doesn't hurt and ache for him to return.
We oppose this bill because it will do nothing to help Ms. Lenhart or prevent tragedies like this from happening in the future. The individual who committed this offense was profoundly mentally ill and likely insane at the time of the offense. If the charge of murder one did not deter him, and it clearly didn't, a Class C felony certainly won't deter. People most likely to be charged with this offense are juveniles, and it's precisely this group for whom we should not be creating new felonies.
Some of the other advocates speaking in favor of the bill today pointed out that the law protecting teachers and students on school grounds doesn't extend to school buses as of right now. So far, the committee has not scheduled a vote on this proposal. Washington's controversial capital gains tax could be on the ballot come November. It's the latest twist in a legal battle that has been going on for years. The legislature approved the capital gains tax back in 2021, saying at the time if you make more than $250,000 by selling stocks and bonds or other investments and tangible assets, think boats or expensive art, you have to pay a 7% tax. The number is actually higher now. You only have to pay that 7% tax on any money you make after you hit the $262,000 mark. And there are exceptions for things like livestock, real estate, and retirement accounts. Is it an income tax, which is unconstitutional in Washington? Advocates say no, and the Washington State Supreme Court agreed, allowing the state to collect nearly $900 million in capital gains tax last year. The Department of Revenue says this impacted taxes for 31 people in Benton County, which means about 1 in 7,000 people saw a difference. Less than 9 people were impacted by the capital gains tax in Franklin County and 40 in Yakima County. Now, as we're entering the second year of collecting the capital gains tax, there's an effort called Initiative 2109 to repeal the tax. The proposal got enough signatures that the Washington Secretary of State's office has sent it on to the legislature. What happens next? Lawmakers could decide to repeal the tax themselves. They could ignore the proposal, in which case you would see it on the ballot in November, or lawmakers could come up with a different option, and then both proposals would be up for a vote. And the legislative session goes until March 7th of this year. The city of Pasco is addressing the essential matter of water rights management and its impact on community growth. The Pasco City Council has established a special ad hoc subcommittee to review recent changes to the municipal water rights acquisition fee, including the surcharge and the 140% fee increase we've reported on already. The meeting is next Wednesday at 6 p.m. That's January 31st, and it will be at Pasco City Hall. We saw a lot of foggy conditions across the Tri-Cities region for most of the day today. Check out this video from around the Tri-Cities. Visibility severely reduced out there. We saw a lot of people driving without headlights on. Stacy, that's something we've been talking about a lot as a problem around here.
It's a little bit of my pet peeve, Melissa, because I've been seeing that not only if your headlights aren't on, can't see you oncoming, your taillights now aren't on and we can't see you from behind. So good news is we're seeing a little bit of a lift of the fog in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities and Hermiston, socking in now in the Prosser area down to less than a mile of visibility. We're seeing pockets of heavy, dense fog still possible throughout the night. Not only that, that fog is leaving mist and making those roadways wet. We're going to see temperatures slip down below the freezing mark. Right now, 35 degrees in our Dust Devil Skycam. Once those get chillier, we could see pockets of black ice on the roadway. Let's look at our temperatures. We're going to see those 30-degree temps by 32-degree temps by midnight tonight through the Tri-Cities with cloudy, overcast skies. Looking for showers a little bit later tomorrow afternoon. Yakima overcast there as well. Temperatures dropping down to that freezing level at 3 a.m. Could even see some mixed rain and snow tomorrow afternoon. Looking for a very foggy start to the morning in Yakima. Cloudy and patchy fog for us tonight again. Slick roads are a possibility. Low visibility. Remember those headlights, not high beams. Atmospheric river, we are set up for another one that's going to start moving right into the Pacific Northwest. Heavy showers on the west side. We could be seeing some potential flooding again there next week. I'll get to all those details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. We're learning more tonight about a fire in Kennewick that sent up a big plume of smoke visible from State Route 240 near Steptoe. Now, this happened on West Yellowstone Avenue right around 5 o'clock last night. Kennewick Fire says their nearest crews were busy, so Richland firefighters were actually the first to respond to this garage fire. They were able to stop it from spreading to the mobile home, and when crews from Kennewick Fire arrived, they were able to confirm nobody was inside the home. The garage is destroyed, Kennewick Fire says, but the home is just fine. Investigators have not determined how that fire started. The point-in-time count is happening all across the country today. It's a yearly count of both sheltered and unsheltered homeless people. The program is run by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and it gives a snapshot of the homeless situation nationwide. The count helps policymakers at the national, state, and local levels learn how to better serve people experiencing homelessness. The Washington State Department of Commerce says the statewide results from today's count should be released in early summer. Columbia Basin College is wrapping up its sessions on human trafficking today, ending the three-day event with movies based on personal experiences. Wednesday night's speaker, Rebecca Bender, shared her story through the movies that students and staff could stop by and take a look. Organizers say they hope they were able to help people understand human trafficking and the effects that it has not only on victims, but on communities as a whole. Phi Theta Kappa helped organize the events, and honors member Shayla Butler says it helped her realize what trafficking looks like in real life.
I was under the impression that that's how it was. It was more of just being kidnapped, forced, you know. And I learned that it's actually more common for people to be manipulated and coerced into it and not really realize that they're in that position until it's too late.
Phi Theta Kappa is planning on hosting an annual awareness campaign every January to help spread awareness of human trafficking. The Hermiston School District has released its graduation rate for last year, and the numbers went down 2.1%. Students in the class that graduated in 2023 started their high school careers during the pandemic. And the district's director of secondary education says that 9th grade year sets the trajectory for student success. Attendance rates have also gone down, which affects graduation rates as well. Superintendent of Schools Dr. Tricia Mooney says, "We understand the complexities our students face during their high school journey. We are actively working to implement strategies that address these challenges head on." We reported yesterday that there have been some issues with the online FAFSA form. So if you're looking for some help with financial aid for college, Columbia Basin College is hosting an event to help at the Richland Public Library. That's coming up on Tuesday with helpers from the financial aid specialists. They can help you finish filling out the online applications for FAFSA or WAFSA. Just bring your documents and the specialists can help you get your ID number and get ready to file. Now, the library recommends that you bring these documents with you: your social security number or permanent resident number if you have one, your 2022 federal income tax return, your W-2 statements, and parents are encouraged to attend with their students. They say it would also be helpful to have a laptop with you. We have a consumer alert tonight. Details on a cough syrup recall coming up. Plus, the Family Resource Center of the Tri-Cities is asking for your help to raise enough money to add a much-needed commodity in the community. And lots of wet weather headed for the Northwest. Stacey Lee is tracking your First Alert forecast next.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Now you can add them or other faves to a sausage McMuffin with egg for just $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked and we need to make room, so this week we're having an overstock sale. Get big discounts of 15 to 30%, even up to 70% off to help us reduce this inventory immediately.
While supplies last at Walker's.
Are you looking for a new car that's sporty, fun, practical, with great fuel efficiency? Check out the 2023 Kia Forte LXS at Overturf Kia and make a bold impression when you ride in style. Now just $19,999. Plus get 3.9% interest for up to 48 months. Take delivery today or reserve a car that is on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Get ready to spin, win, and end January with cash at Wild Horse Resort and Casino in the $150,000 Mega Spin Extravaganza Grand Prize Drawing. Use your Club Wild Card to earn entries every day. Then join us this Saturday, January 27th, for a chance to take home the grand prize of $5,000 cash during the Mega Spin Finale. Will you take home the grand prize? Keep playing in February for more chances to spin and win. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
Another year in the rear view. The rush to their games and family fun. Last-minute road trips and sun-soaked escapes. Game nights and tailgates. And all the journeys and memories that came between. Our entire team at McCurley will be here to help you for wherever this new year takes you. And to get you back home again.
Drive into the new year in a 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing from McCurley Mazda.
The outdoors come indoors at the 30th Annual Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th, 27th, and 28th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Watch the amazing tricks and feats of the Border Collie Performance Team. Buy, sell, or trade at the Sportsman Show Marketplace. See hourly hunting and fishing seminars and the Kids Fishing Pond. 2 buildings full of exhibitors, boats, RVs, pickups, ATVs, and more. It's the Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th through 28th in Pasco. Don't miss it.
Are you an experienced machinist? We have a job for you. Pasco Machine is hiring now. We offer generous wages, overtime, double time, full medical, paid holidays, and 4-day work schedule. Apply online today at pascomachine.com.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked and we need to make room, so this week we're having an overstock sale. Get big discounts of 15 to 30%, even up to 70% off to help us reduce this inventory immediately.
While supplies last at Walker's.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Now you can add them or other faves to a sausage McMuffin with egg for just $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Welcome back. A consumer alert tonight. A cough syrup recall. 8 lots of Robitussin syrup are being recalled due to microbial contamination. The recall covers the adult versions of Honey CF Max Day and Max Nighttime formulas. The contaminated products have expiration dates in 2025 and 2026. So you can find the affected lot numbers over on the FDA's website. The company says so far it has not had any reports of adverse reactions to those products. The Family Resource Center of the Tri-Cities is asking for help in raising enough money to add a much-needed commodity in the community. The center started a GoFundMe page to raise money to add a community laundry and shower room to its facilities. The money will go towards the building and a washer and dryer. Those facilities will be open for the public to use. Executive Director Yadira Galvin says every penny from the community counts in a big way.
This is a community effort. Like, even if it's $5, eventually we'll reach that goal. And if they want, we are going to have everybody's name on the wall in the back where laundry services will be. So when people come in, they know that every single person on that wall is somebody that donated to this cause.
Now, Galvin says the laundry and shower area will be used by appointment to avoid people having to wait too long. The center is hoping to raise $8,500. And if you'd like to help, you can go to our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. In environmental news, we've been worried about bees dying off and leaving plants unpollinated, but now it appears that some flowering plants are evolving to get the job done without help from bees. That's according to French researchers who compared wild pansies growing in 2021 with seeds collected up to 30 years ago. Now, at that time, they say about half of all plants self-pollinated, but that number grew to 80% in 2021. That's really fast. Also a positive development amid a decline of many pollinating insects. But self-pollinating plants produce less nectar. That could also speed up population declines, and self-pollinating offspring of these flowers aren't as genetically diverse, which means they are less able to adapt to changing environmental challenges.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's look outside at our Legends Casino Skycam. We can actually see some lights tonight. You can see the buildings across the street. It hasn't been the case the last couple of nights. 35 degrees right now. That humidity level, lots of moisture in the air, 96%. And our feels like temp right now, 35. It's going to get chilly again. We've been seeing lots of heavy and dense fog around the area. We've seen a little bit of improvement in the Columbia Basin. Still pretty foggy here in Hermiston and the Prosser area and up into the Yakima Valley. Ellensburg, Kittitas Valley also seeing some dense fog. That fog is also going to transition to freezing fog overnight as the temperatures drop. Why all the fog? Because we've had a lot of it this season. So warm air mass sitting above us, which has been the case, it moves above the surface during those rainy conditions. Now, as those raindrops pass through the warm layer, they evaporate on that cooler layer sitting along the surface. Again, the setup that we've been seeing in our area, that moisture then close to the surface starts to saturate the area, and then we see fog, and that's what we've been seeing over the last couple of days. We need some good warmer temperatures in the lower elevations to get rid of the fog, and that's what hopefully will be heading our way. But also heading our way is this. We've got our big setup for our atmospheric river. That's going to start moving in, mainly impacting the west side of the state and our Cascade Mountains. We had a lot of snowfall, but now we're going to start seeing that transition to rain showers, and that could be dangerous as far as flooding goes. That atmospheric river begins. Here's the first little band of it, and you see the setup. It like points straight at the Pacific Northwest. All the moisture coming from the South Pacific, like Hawaii area, warmer air, and then it picks up all that moisture and brings it right into the Pacific Northwest. We don't have the cold air coming down from Canada any longer, so rain showers instead of snow. But there's still a little bit of lingering snow around the area. This is the setup tomorrow. Here comes that rain across the west side of the state. A few snow showers, then transitioning to rain beginning tomorrow, and that's going to continue through the weekend. The freezing level is going to move up to about 8,000 feet, so everything below has a potential of starting to melt. Here comes that big band of showers Friday afternoon. We'll see it through the Columbia Basin. We could see some mixed precip. We still have a little bit of cold air hanging out in Ellensburg, Yakima area, so we could see a little mixed precip transitioning to rain along the foothills of the east slopes of the Cascades. More rain, a little bit of snow here in the lower Blue Mountains down towards Oregon. Walla Walla, again, heavy rain showers as you can see, and we're going to continue to see this pattern right on into next week. So very, very wet for the next several days. Let's take a look at our temperatures overnight. We're going to drop down to that freezing level. Once again, roadways could get slick, especially overpasses and bridges. A little bit of black ice could cause you to spin out. Let's plan your day for tomorrow. We're looking like some fog in the Yakima area and a chance of that mixed precip somewhere between 8 and noon tomorrow. It'll warm up though, and we'll see that transition to rain showers. Tri-Cities looking to be a little overcast. Could still see some pockets of fog, especially late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Looking for those showers later in the afternoon. Walla Walla, a little bit cloudy with some fog possible to be hanging along the foothills of the Blues. Those rain showers starting to pick up later in the afternoon. So active weather for the next several days. Keep your umbrella handy. Drive safe. Remember those headlights on during these foggy days. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And tonight we hear talking about more help for our furry friends, the grant a local rescue group received and how they're planning to use it next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
All right, so my job here is the food and beverage executive chef. I've been here 10 years. Started off here as an entry-level cook. I was given the opportunity to step into the executive chef role, which is the position that I'm in. I've been in that position for about 6 years now, almost. What I do here, I handle not so much the day-to-day operations, but everything that goes into the menu planning, the SOPs for all of the cooks, recipes, ensuring all the recipes are all the same, the consistency, the vision of the food and beverage department as far as the aesthetics, what is it going to look like, what does the food preparation look like. We have everything from catering, fast food, employee meals, which is a cafeteria style setting, and then obviously our bread and butter, what we do, a buffet here at Legends. What we like to do here is try to keep our team members happy, try to be versatile with them, try to be flexible, whatever needs that they may have, we try to accommodate. We do have childcare here on property, so if somebody needs to drop their kids off at childcare, that option's always there. You could come into our department with no experience at all, but we're gonna show you how to hold a knife, we're gonna show you how to cut vegetables, we're gonna show you how to cut meat, we're gonna show you how to use all the equipment. Is the comfort of knowing that I'm gonna have my consistent 40 hours a week. And that goes from everywhere from a dishwasher all the way up to my position. It's another benefit of working here at Legends. I like to think of it more as a career rather than a job.
Ben Franklin Transit is hiring safety-oriented coach operators. Become a crucial part of the Tri-Cities community and provide a vital service to our riders. Get out from behind a desk and experience a workday that keeps you moving. Enjoy CDL training, comprehensive benefits, and generous paid time off. When you're driving for Ben Franklin Transit, you're part of a growing team of community-oriented professionals. Apply now to join the Ben Franklin Transit team.
A semi-truck accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
If you've been hit by a large commercial vehicle, call Tamaki Law. Semi-truck insurance companies have the resources to deny any claim. That's why you need the experienced team at Tamaki Law to fight for the justice you deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Friday is tomorrow. Ahead on Good Morning Northwest, one local cat rescue receiving a grant from the Wild Horse Foundation. What the rescue plans to do with it.
And more rain is on the way tomorrow. I'll help us get ready for the weekend.
We'll see you then.
Friday.
Facial recognition.
Facial recognition AI coming to the Benton County Sheriff's Department.
It's understandable that the public is skeptical, and it's right that they should be.
What you need to know as this tech becomes more common. Apple Valley News Now, Friday at 5 and 6.
Tumbleweed Cat Rescue, which is a local foster-based nonprofit cat rescue in the Tri-Cities, received a $7,000 grant from the Wild Horse Foundation this year. Now with it, the rescue is planning to provide more low-income community pet vaccine and microchip services. Annie McCartney, the president with Tumbleweed Cat Rescue, says there's been an increase in parvovirus and lost and found animals. Vaccines and microchips will help with both of those problems. She also says Tumbleweed Cat Rescue held one of these events last year, and there's one coming up this weekend, which the registration for filled up quickly. With this grant, she's hoping to see more of these events.
So we know that there's a huge need and desire for these events, and our plan is to have them at least quarterly, and if we can get enough volunteers and supplies, then we will have them monthly.
McCartney says the nonprofit is also looking to add additional veterinary technician or other experienced volunteers to their team for these events. If you're interested, we have more information on getting involved over on our website. And McCartney says the nonprofit is starting to schedule these vaccine and microchip events now, hoping to host them mostly in the warmer months. We'll keep you updated with specific dates coming in a few weeks. Legends Casino and Hotel is offering $500,000 in Yakima Care grants. We're talking about how to apply next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
The majesty of Priest Lake. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pie gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get any phone for free. Seriously, wow.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
I know it's not my business, but I just had to tell you.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
Yeah, maybe we should all keep this to ourselves. No selfies.
Excuse me, it's work. Talk to me.
What a boss.
Get any phone free when you switch to US Cellular. US Cellular, built for us.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked with over $10 million in inventory. And more shipments are arriving daily, so we're forced to have an overstock clearance sale. Get big discounts of 15, 30, even up to 40% off select items in the store, with some discontinued items up to 70% off.
Our loss is your gain, as we have to make more room in our warehouses for new shipments arriving daily.
So for a short time, you can get big discounts.
While supplies last at Walker's.
Another year in the rear view. The rush to their games and family fun. Last-minute road trips and sun-soaked escapes. Game nights and tailgates. And all the journeys and memories that came between. Our entire team at McCurley will be here to help you for wherever this new year takes you. And to get you back home again.
Drive into the new year in a 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing from McCurley Mazda.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
For the greatest selection at the lowest prices, come to Cost Less Carpet.
As a general contractor, I bring my clients to Cost Less Carpet so they can see every option.
Everything I need is always in stock.
If it's trendy or new, I'm sure you'll find it here.
And their team of designers are so fun to work with.
It really is worth the experience.
I can find everything for my home or my client's home, no problem.
Shopping here is an awesome experience.
Cost Less Carpet, where inspiration and ideas happen.
Buenos dias. I'm Eduardo Garcia, and this is my crew, and we're building this ADU. And we're also building this.
Hey, I'm Tanya Galvez. I work at Par Lumber. And we supply Eddie with all the materials he needs.
We get a lot of satisfaction out of building things right. That is why we get all our materials and supplies from Par.
Par, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Are you an experienced machinist? We have a job for you. Pasco Machine is hiring now. We offer generous wages, overtime, double time, full medical, paid holidays, and 4-day work schedule. Apply online today at pascomachine.com.
Legends Casino and Hotel is now accepting applications for its 2024 Yakima Cares grants with over $500,000 in funds available. So any charitable organization whose services lie within 100 miles of Legends Casino can apply for the grants as long as they're helping the community. Priority is given to those who support youth or educational needs, elder care, or provide a medical benefit to the community. Last year, they distributed over $500,000 in grants to 172 area nonprofits.
Legends Casino Hotel gives up to 2% from our Class 3 table games revenue to Community Impact Fund, and those funds are then distributed once a year by the Community Impact Fund Committee.
So the deadline to apply is March 31st. The application is available on legendscasino.com. The head of the Federal Reserve is acknowledging it's hard to be a working parent in America. We're going to take a look at some possible responses from the government, plus low visibility due to heavy fog in our region. Stacey Lee is tracking changes in your first alert forecast. Also,
one California destination out of Tri-Cities Airport is going away, but the news isn't all bad. I'm Austin Reed with the story tonight.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Tonight we're learning more about some changes when it comes to flights to and from the Tri-Cities Airport in Pasco. Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed explains.
Yeah, good evening. I spent the day with Tri-Cities Airport Director Buck Taft, and here's what we found out.
So there's major reductions going on from cities all across the West that I know, maybe the country, but the West in particular, where they have those multiple flights a day.
One headline on the Tri-Cities airport you may have seen this morning needs some clearing up, airport officials tell us. Another media outlet reported flights were being cut from the airport, but we're taking a closer look at this to bring you some context.
Plus, San Diego's a higher, it's more expensive airport to fly into for the airline. So when you're a little bit below that performance level with the high cost, they're going to make those changes.
But it's really not all bad news when it comes to direct air service to California. While one airline with very limited direct service to San Diego is going away, the other California destination, daily direct flights to San Francisco, is only going on a break.
So there's major reductions going on from cities all across the West that I know, maybe the country, but the West in particular, where they have those multiple flights a day.
I spent part of today speaking with Airport Director Buck Taft, who did confirm that due to low ridership to San Diego, nonstop flights from Allegiant Airlines will be canceled. However, those flights were only offered for 6 to 8 weeks per year, and only in the summer. As for another direct flight to the Golden State, direct to San Francisco, it's only taking a short break. Another flight to California is very popular. That's the fairly new nonstop service to LA, thanks to low-budget airline Avelo. It only runs a few times per week, but Taft says he's doing everything he can to expand that service.
We're one of the largest airports in the country that does not have daily service to the LA basin. So there's a need in the Tri-Cities. That is still one of my top priorities between LAX and Dallas-Fort Worth. Those are my two highest priorities that I'm really working towards getting that daily service to LA back.
As for more service down to LA, we will keep you posted on that. Reporting in Pasco at the Tri-Cities Airport tonight, Austin Reed, Apple Valley News Now.
New nonstop service to Phoenix begins February 15th. That will be on American Airlines. Also new from Tri-Cities Airport tonight, 2023 was a record-breaking year. A total of 872,000 people traveled through the airport. That even beat the previous best of 870,890 total passengers before COVID-19 in 2019.
We were slightly down in just the passengers going, and that's how we rank. Kind of airports are ranked by the passengers leaving. We were less than 1,000 off of 19, which was our best year ever. But for total passengers coming and going, best year on record. So with that, we have some good news with Phoenix coming to the market in 2024. They start February 15th. First flight, new airline, new city, new airport. So we're very excited about that.
Now, as for the busiest month of 2023, that was July. Now, you might see a lot of people wanting to get out of town with this heavy fog that we've been seeing. It's limiting visibility in the Tri-Cities. Temperatures warmer than last week, so that's a positive, but that means a lot of wet conditions out there. Stacy, what are we looking at tonight?
We're looking at fog, but I was thinking birds don't really have it bad. Fly south for the winter. We've been stuck in fog. We've had terrible weather. It's been cold. We've been seeing snow, and now we have another atmospheric river coming. Tracking the fog tonight, we're seeing dense fog in the upper Columbia Basin going towards the lower Yakima Valley, Hermiston, also down in the Columbia River Gorge. A little bit of lifting in the Tri-Cities, looking a little better. 35 degrees right now. Dust Devil Geese, the stadium sky cam. Our feels like temp is 35. Got lots of moisture out there, and we're expecting lots more. Look at that. We have chances of rain all the way through Tuesday and beyond. That's what it looks like. You'll mostly see those heavier showers on Saturday. Rain possible in the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities almost every day through Tuesday as well. And in Walla Walla, same thing, just rain, rain, rain. And that's an atmospheric river, which is once again heading in our direction. Now let's talk about wet roads tonight and temperatures dropping into the freezing level. Once again, we could see slick conditions late tonight, early tomorrow morning for your commute. So be prepared for pockets of black ice and some fog, low visibility issues as well. Make sure you're using those fog lights, not your high beams, your low beams. Keep those on. I'll get to more details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. We have a follow-up tonight about that mid-air scare aboard a Boeing 737 MAX 9 flown by Alaska Airlines out of Portland. This newly released video shows a much closer view of the gap left in the plane after that door plug blew out thousands of feet in the air. Meanwhile, the FAA clearing the way for the MAX 9 jets to resume flying potentially as early as this weekend. That as Boeing's CEO returned to Capitol Hill today, answering questions from lawmakers. Here's ABC's Ike Ajachi.
The FAA releasing its final instructions for airlines to ensure those planes are repaired and safe. A 12-hour inspection process to examine MAX 9s. The agency laying out an enhanced maintenance process, which will require, among other things, an inspection of specific bolts, guide tracks, and fittings, and detailed visual inspections of left and right mid-cabin exit door plugs.
Each of the airlines will make sure that these 4 bolts are properly installed and tightened. Boeing will be helping wherever necessary, but each of these airlines knows that their reputation is on the line to make sure that those airplanes are safe to fly.
United saying it's putting the planes back in the air by Sunday, with Alaska Airlines saying their 65 MAX 9 jets will be up Friday. All this following 3 weeks of investigations into that door plug that flew off the Alaska Airlines flight 16,000 feet in the air. Boeing still facing scrutiny. The FAA telling the company it can't expand on production of the MAXs beyond what's already being built until there's a full investigation. Meanwhile, Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun voluntarily traveling to Capitol Hill, taking tough questions from senators.
We fly safe planes. We don't put airplanes in the air that we don't have 100% confidence in.
Reporters asking Calhoun about a Seattle Times report claiming that the door plug was actually last installed by Boeing, not the fuselage manufacturer Spirit Aerosystems.
Thanks
so much.
Boeing telling ABC News all updates on the investigation must come from the NTSB.
That was ABC's Ike Ajachi reporting. Now, Calhoun's meetings with the senators, those were behind closed doors, but he is expected to take part in a public hearing in the coming weeks. The grounding of the 737 MAX jets cost Alaska Airlines $150 million. That's a significant loss for an airline the size of Alaska. The carrier reporting an adjusted income of $38 million in the final 3 months of the year. Alaska Airlines lost more than $500 million for the entire year. The Commerce Department's latest gross domestic product report shows that the economy grew at a slower pace in the last quarter, but performed better than forecasters expected. They say the GDP grew at 3.3% annual rate over last 3 months of the year, and the growth was in large part due to an increase in consumer spending, which accounts for roughly 2/3 of U.S. economic activity. Retail sales were up 5.6% in December compared to a year ago. The data also points to infrastructure projects on the state and local levels as contributing to this growth.
Thanks to the American people, America now has the strongest growth, the lowest inflation rate of any major economy in the world.
Many experts are pointing to other encouraging symbols. The latest jobs report shows hiring in December stayed strong, which surpassed expectations. And earlier this week, the Dow Jones closed above 38,000 for the first time ever. The S&P 500 also reached a record high. A new report finds many parents continue to support their children into adulthood. The Pew Research Center found that about 1/3 of young adults between 18 and 34 continue to live with a parent. The researchers say those young adults are likely earning more, even with inflation, than their parents did 30 years ago, and they're more likely to have college degrees. But that does often come with student loan debt, twice or 3 times as much as we were seeing in the 90s. Now, despite consumer and business spending driving economic growth to close out 2023, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says it's still too hard to be a working parent in America. In a speech in Chicago, she outlined ways she hopes federal economic policy can help. Karen Kaifa has a look at key pressure points.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen in Chicago Thursday addressing a topic that hits home for millions of Americans.
It's still too hard to be a working parent.
The speech, an effort to highlight administration economic policy as President Joe Biden campaigns for a second term. But polls show American voters are skeptical about Biden's handling of the economy, despite cooling inflation and a resilient job market. Families in particular feeling the pressures of a challenging housing market and child care costs that have increased with demand and shorter post-pandemic supply.
Child care is exceedingly expensive right now in this country, and that makes it difficult for families to work.
Wendy Edelberg of the Brookings Institution says the child care system suffers from underinvestment, from training to retaining workers.
There's a lot of turnover in the system. It is difficult for a child care facility to maintain stable, high-quality childcare in the face of all of these pressures.
Meanwhile, a tight housing market continues to vex homebuyers, but especially families. Edelberg says relief is less about the strength of the economy and more about the policies within it.
There's a lot that we should be doing to make it easier both to work and to raise children, and to make it more worthwhile to work.
The Commerce Department said Thursday that consumers continued to spend in the last 3 months of 2023, with economic growth rising at an annualized rate of 3.3%. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Well, after a day of heavy fog and low visibility, conditions are about to change. Some big weather systems headed for the northwest. Stacey Lee has the details coming up in your first alert forecast next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Does your phone have the Apple Valley News Now app? With top local stories, first alert weather, and an easy way to enter our contests. Make Apple Valley News Now your go-to information app. Search and download on the App Store or Google Play.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bath Fitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bath Fitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Get ready to spin, win, and end January with cash at Wild Horse Resort and Casino in the $150,000 Mega Spin Extravaganza Grand Prize Drawing. Use your Club Wild Card to earn entries every day. Then join us this Saturday, January 27th, for a chance to take home the grand prize of $5,000 cash during the Mega Spin finale. Will you take home the grand prize? Keep playing in February for more chances to spin and win. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
We wondered, where do people do their banking? So we asked.
I bank at Hapo.
Hapo's my bank. I've been a member of Hapo since I was 10 years old, 60 years.
I bank at Hapo Community Credit Union.
I'm with Hapo.
You're not just a number there, you're treated really well.
I feel like they're part of my community.
It's easy, it's convenient, and I don't know, I just love the people there.
I guess the question we should be asking is, where do you credit union? Join Hapo Community Credit Union today.
Another year in the rear view. The rush to their games and family fun. Last-minute road trips and sun-soaked escapes. Game nights and tailgates. And all the journeys and memories that came between. Our entire team at McCurley will be here to help you for wherever this new year takes you. And to get you back home again.
Drive into the new year in a 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing from McCurley Mazda.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Well, you would think after all that has happened in the past few years, we would be past this, but apparently not. Doctors say people are still eating laundry detergent pods.
Despite all of these public health and industry efforts, we're still seeing many people of all ages being exposed to these laundry detergent packets.
Now, Dr. Christopher Gaw with Nationwide Children's is senior author of a study that researched detergent pod-related calls into U.S. poison control centers between January of 2014 and December of 2022. The good news is we are seeing fewer issues with very young children eating the pods, but they found an increase in exposures among older children. They say possibly motivated by social media. and older adults with cognitive impairment like dementia. Experts say you should store the pods in their original containers to eliminate any confusion about the product. A new study says people who develop gestational diabetes during pregnancy are at a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes for the rest of their lives. Researchers are working to figure out if they can pinpoint a genetic predisposition that could let you know if you're at risk. ABC's Jay O'Brien is tracking the science.
Between 2 and 10% of people develop gestational diabetes during pregnancy. It's triggered by hormone changes. It can develop into type 2 diabetes after the baby is born. And now a new study by Columbia University shows some people face a higher risk. Scientists found Black, Hispanic, and people from South or Southeast Asia can be 3 to 4 times more likely to develop type 2 diabetes compared to their white counterparts. Researchers also found that the usual reasons some groups are more at risk for various health issues, such as underlying health conditions and social factors, only explain part of the disparities. That highlights the need to dig deeper into the causes. If you do have gestational diabetes, there are ways to reduce the risk of it developing into type 2 diabetes, like lowering your body weight after delivery. Talk to your doctor about the strategies that might be best for you.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's take a peek outside Legends Casino Skycam. I can see the buildings. I can see the freeway. That's good. The fog has lifted slightly. There's still pockets of dense fog in some areas. 35 degrees right now. Our sunset today at 4:50. Let's take a look at our visibility. We're about a mile of visibility now in the Tri-Cities. We were much lower earlier today. We've got some dense fog building up north of the Walla Walla area. Hermiston has been socked in today. Now Prosser is seeing that fog, and we're even seeing some fog developing down the Yakima Valley. Let's take a look at this system, this monster. It's coming up from the South Pacific. That's going to bring our next atmospheric river into the area, and that's going to bring lots of heavy rain showers, mainly impacting the west side of the state, but it's also going to impact our snowpack over the next few days. Here's the first band coming in late tonight into tomorrow. You'll see the wet on the west side. Do you see that band? It kind of looks like it's pointing right at us. Well, it continues to come and will continue to bring those rain showers. As this system progresses, more of it will be concentrated towards Vancouver, Canada, the northern portion of the Cascades, and the Seattle area. They've already had 7 inches of rain in the Portland area this month. Seattle will probably surpass that by the end of the month, which is just about a week away. Here's a little closer look at the system for tomorrow. Wet on the west side. The Olympic Peninsula is going to be seeing those showers. Some light snow showers transitioning to rain over those mountaintops and some scattered showers through our area. Let's time things out with Futurecast. Here we are kind of taking a look. There's those cloudy skies. Here comes that first little band of precipitation. Maybe a little bit of snow as it approaches those mountaintops. Yakima could see a little rain mixed with snow, even some snowflakes, but it will transition to showers as temperatures warm throughout the day. Here comes that next big round heavy rain on the west side, and then you see that rain going right across the Cascades. We will see some possible snow or mixed precip over the Blues, but look at those rain showers continuing to come. That's right into Saturday. We might get a little bit of a break next week, but get ready for active showers. Now let's talk about chilly temperatures and stopping times with your vehicles. We're going to be seeing wet roads. Here's what it looks like in your car. I'll step out so you can take a closer look. 30 miles an hour. If there's ice on the road, it's going to take you anywhere from 8 to 14 seconds to stop your vehicle. On wet roads, 3 to 5 seconds. At 50 miles an hour, it could take you 18 to 30 seconds to stop on ice. And we are thinking we could see some ice on the roadways tonight. Wet conditions, most of the roadways are wet right now. An extra 5 to 10 seconds to stop your vehicle at 50 miles an hour. So drive safe out there. Our temperature is overnight tonight, again in the freezing level. We're cold along the foothills of the Blues, through the Columbia Basin, right up through the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Planning your day tomorrow in Yakima, 8 o'clock. Look for those foggy conditions and some mixed precip possible between 8 a.m. and noon. We'll see showers the rest of the day as those temperatures warm up. Tri-Cities looking overcast and cloudy with rain showers in the later part of the afternoon. Walla Walla is going to be partly cloudy with some fog possible, and then those rain showers coming in later in the day. And in Hermiston, overcast, cloudy skies, rain showers hitting us later in the afternoon. So again, be careful tonight with black ice and those chilly roadways. They could be slick out there. Make sure you're using your headlights during these foggy conditions. Stay with us. We've got more Apple Valley News now at 6:30, and I'll have your 7-day planning forecast when we come right back.
Tomorrow, look who's coming to America's favorite morning show. Snoop Dogg is with Michael on GMA.
From underdog to wonder dog. That's a good one, ain't it?
And John Cena and Molly Ringwald are here live on
Good Morning America.
2024 is the year of the dragon, and Legends Casino Hotel has a fire breather that can warm your wallet with cold, hard cash during our $120,000 Fire and Ice Fortunes. Don't be left out in the cold. Ignite your luck by using your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. And ride the Dragon of Fortunes to claim $3,000, $8,000, and $10,000 every Thursday in January. But don't let us drag on about it. Come in and win the $120,000 Fire and Ice Fortunes, only at Legends Casino Hotel.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get any phone for free. Seriously, wow.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
I know it's not my business, but I just had to tell you.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
Yeah, maybe we should all keep this to ourselves. No selfies.
Excuse me, it's work. Talk to me.
What a boss.
Get any phone free when you switch to US Cellular. US Cellular, built for us.
It's time to play Get to Know the Raptors and Alice. Favorite food?
Pizza, duh. Ribeye steak, rare.
A bowl of cantaloupe the size of a swimming pool.
Favorite triple play attraction?
2 words, arcade. The entire Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park.
Zipline. It's great for talking with guests.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, ropes course, and many more. All attached to a cozy hotel.
Cantaloupe, really?
Steak, really?
The outdoors come indoors at the 30th Annual Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th, 27th, and 28th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Watch the amazing tricks and feats of the Border Collie Performance Team. Buy, sell, or trade at the Sportsman Show Marketplace. See hourly hunting and fishing seminars and the Kids Fishing Pond. 2 buildings full of exhibitors, boats, RVs, pickups, ATVs, and more. It's the Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th through 28th in Pasco. Don't miss it.
Valley Nissan is your new Nissan Rogue headquarters. Over 25 new Rogues to choose from, all on the lot and clearly marked with low sale prices. Drive home a new 2023 Rogue for as low as $27,990. And listen to this, interest rates as low as 0%. So why wait? Price, selection, and low APR financing. The time to buy is now. The place to buy is Valley Nissan. So come see us today. Valley Nissan is your new Rogue headquarters.
Friday.
Facial recognition.
Facial recognition AI coming to the Benton County Sheriff's Department.
It's understandable that the public is skeptical, and it's right that they should be.
What you need to know as this tech becomes more common. Apple Valley News Now, Friday at 5 and 6.
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
Welcome back. If you're spending most of your day at a desk, it's really important to try and get some moderate exercise if you can. A new study suggests that workers who use a desk for most of the day have a 16% higher risk of mortality from all causes. But even worse, there is a 34% higher risk of death from cardiovascular disease. Experts say 15 minutes to a half hour of exercise per day can reduce that risk. You can find the study in JAMA Network Open. Now, when will we see some good weather to get outdoors for a walk? Stacey Lee has the answers coming up in your 7-day planning forecast next.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pie gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Ben Franklin Transit is hiring safety-oriented coach operators. Become a crucial part of the Tri-Cities community and provide a vital service to our riders. Get out from behind a desk and experience a workday that keeps you moving. Enjoy CDL training, comprehensive benefits, and generous paid time off. When you're driving for Ben Franklin Transit, you're part of a growing team of community-oriented professionals. Apply now to join the Ben Franklin Transit team.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked with over $10 million in inventory. And more shipments are arriving daily, so we're forced to have an overstock clearance sale. Get big discounts of 15, 30, even up to 40% off select items in the store, with some discontinued items up to 70% off.
Our loss is your gain, as we have to make more room in our warehouses for new shipments arriving daily.
So for a short time, you can get big discounts.
While supplies last at Walker's.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,600 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Do you experience persistent hand pain, numbness, or discomfort? Prosser Memorial Health board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel specializes in advanced procedures including endoscopic carpal tunnel release and trigger finger release. Relieve hand discomfort with expert care and call Prosser Orthopedic Center today at 509-786-5599 to schedule an appointment. This is how we care.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
All right, Stacey, the tea is back. It's a tempest in a literal teapot. An American scientist's recommendation for improving a cup of tea has the Brits steaming.
Of course it does. The scientists did some research and said that adding a little salt and warm milk instead of cold will make a better cup of tea. Now that created quite a brouhaha across the pond. U.S. Embassy even issued a formal response.
I love this response. This is from the U.S. Embassy London. They say tea is the elixir of camaraderie, a sacred bond that unites our nation. Stacey, do they know about the Boston Tea Party? Like, this is not, no. But they continue, we want to ensure the good people of the UK know that the unthinkable notion of adding salt to Britain's national drink is not official U.S. policy, and it never will be. But they close that reassuring letter with the U.S. Embassy will continue to make tea in the proper way by microwaving it.
Oh, really?
Ooh, that's not going to fly.
Yeah, the salt thing is interesting. And the only thing I can think of is maybe it softens hard water because, you know, you put salt in the salt.
It was something like that. Like, you shouldn't be able to taste it, they said.
Right.
I put it in coffee for a long time.
Just
so.
a little, you know, a little pinch will do.
It works.
All right, let's talk weather. And do finally have some changes coming. There is, look at the rain. The rain's going to be wild, particularly on the west side of our state. However, we are going to be seeing that through our area. Rain mix possible, and then rain into the weekend for Yakima. Tri-Cities, we have fog again hanging around. Hopefully we'll see that clear out over the weekend. Showers ahead, temperatures in the 50s. That makes me happy for next week. Here's Walla Walla. We'll see foggy conditions there, rain into the weekend, and warmer temps next week. So big changes finally. However, some are good, some are bad.
We just got to get through the rain first,
There
right?
we go.
Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. We're back tonight at 11.